Hey guys, Shane Heath, the local grass hoe, and I'm back here with another video. And in this video, this will be strictly for my warm season guys in the transition zone. This is for the guys that want to have that nice green lawn during the winter time, but your grass would normally be dormant. I'm talking about you guys with Bermuda and Zoysia. I'm going to show you how to overseed with some ryegrass to have a nice green lawn all winter long. Now if you're new to my channel and you haven't seen me before and you're just finding my video here, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. I like to give videos, showing people that an average homeowner with average equipment can walk you through how to have a great lawn, and you don't have to hire somebody to come do it. So make sure you hit subscribe and thumbs up, and hopefully you'll find something useful here. So now I'm doing this video about 2 weeks early, so that way everybody can get out and get this done themselves. So whenever you see this, you can go ahead and start growing your yard. The temperatures are really starting to drop here. I don't think down in Florida you're really going to have to worry about it too much, but kind of in your transition zone where you can still grow cooler season grass and warm season grass is the perfect place to do this. Alright, so you can see here that my Bermuda is actually going dormant. It's starting to get cooler temperatures here in North Carolina where I'm located. We're hitting highs that are below 80 degrees. It's in the 50s at night, and now our soil temperature is actually below 70 degrees now. So to get this winter rye down and to make sure that it grows good, we need to scalp off that Bermuda. Now mine has walked up to almost 2 inches here because of vacations and stuff. I just haven't been able to get it cut back down. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to scalp it down and get it as low as I can get it, and then we'll come back and overseed. Now you're not going to hurt your Bermuda by doing this. Bermuda is hard to kill. You can take it down to the dirt and it won't hurt it. It'll come right back in the springtime. Now the main reason we're going to be scalping this down is you want to be able to get that seed down to the soil level, and you also want light to be able to reach the soil level so that way they'll germinate. So now I picked up my seed that I'm using here at my local hardware store. They carry it. You can get it at any landscaping supply place, or you can even pick it up at Lowe's. I think Pennington has an annual rise in a purple bag. The stuff, I used it last year. It works just as good. I like using the annual rye because I feel like it dies off easier once it gets warm outside in the spring. So I picked up two 50-pound bags. I'm going to be putting this over 20,000 square feet. So that means I'm going to be putting this down at a 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet rate, which might be a little high, but I mean, it's two 50-pound bags. I just bought what I could get my hands on. Alright, so now you're going to see here I'm going to measure out 25 pounds here into a 5-gallon bucket, and that'll be just enough to do this 5,000 square foot area in my front yard here, which I've already scalped and got prepared. So now you see here that I'm measuring it out. I'm actually using the old fish scale that I have to measure out the bucket for 25 pounds. I'm going to set it on a low setting, so that way if I'll do 2 passes. I'll go down and back, and then I have to go sideways across the next one. It's better if you do a lower setting like this to make sure you get it all down and you don't run out of seed on your first pass and don't cover your whole yard. I always like to do 2 passes 2 separate ways, so that way I make sure I get a nice even coverage. And then once you got your seed down, you're going to want to make sure that you take your blower and you blow off all the seed that you've thrown over onto your concrete, your sidewalks. Blow that back into the yard so that way you're not wasting it. So now I have 2 jugs of this green pop, the 1621-2 from Next, the Green County fertilizer. I'm going to be getting this down also. It's a great starter fertilizer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this down at 15 ounces per 1,000 square feet, which actually is the rate that's on the jug. And now I'm going to take that 75 ounces and I'm going to spray it across my entire yard using my Ortho Dial-In sprayer I have here. Now I think the actual container only holds 32 ounces, so you're going to have to do it a couple times and make sure you spread it out evenly across your yard. I think the setting I was using here was one of the lower ones to make sure I covered the whole yard every time. Now once you have your seed down and you got your fertilizer in, it's time to water this in really good. So I'm going to pull out my DIY irrigation that I have set up, and I'm going to let that run for about 20 minutes to help get some water down. Now if you haven't seen my video making these irrigation heads, you should check that out. I'll link it up above. So now you're going to want to keep this soil nice and moist for the next probably week. This should germinate in about 3 or 4 days, and then at about the 6 to 7 day point, I should really be able to see it. And my yard will start getting that green fuzz back to it, even though it's brown now. Everybody's going to stop and ask me, what did you do to your yard? What did you do to your yard? Well, the thing is, I'm just getting ready for the winter time, so that way we can keep dominating all winter long. Now, you're going to have to hold off on putting down your pre-emergence, or your ryegrass is not going to germinate. So I actually wasn't very sure what I was going to do, so to make sure I was giving you the correct information, I actually sent an email to good old Alan, the lawn care nut. He said the best thing to do before you put your prodiamine down is that you want to mow this 2 or 3 times, then apply your pre-emergence, and that way you should be safe. And then you'll help control those winter weeds, and then come springtime, we'll be ready again. Now, if you haven't picked up your pre-emergence, I did see that the Yard Mastery has restocked their prodiamine. They ordered a truckload. I got mine in the other day. I love ordering from them because it normally shows up in 2 or 3 days. It's amazing how fast it gets here. Now, there's going to be links below for all the products that I use today, so if you would check those out, those are affiliate links, so they do help out the page, and we greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below because you're not going to want to miss the results video from this, and that way you can keep up with all my footage from the yard all the way through the wintertime. While everybody else's grass is going to be dormant, I'm going to have a nice green lush lawn. That way we can continue throwing down some stripes all the way through the wintertime. So make sure you hit the thumbs up below, and with that, I'm Shane Heath, Local Grass Hole, checking out.